You want to know something that nobody has the courage to say out loud? Something that lives in the space between what you show the world and what you actually are. When the door closes, the lights go off, and the performance finally ends. Because here is the truth that will shake something loose inside your chest if you are actually listening right now. You have been hacked. Not by a machine, not by some faceless stranger in a dark room. You have been hacked by life itself, by pain, by betrayal, by every single moment that cracked you open when you were desperately trying to hold yourself together, and every file you ever buried, every wound you archived deep enough to pretend it no longer existed, every version of yourself you tried to permanently delete. It is all there on the screen, in plain view, waiting for you to stop running and finally read it. Most people see those open files and they panic. They scramble. They rebuild the wall faster and go straight back to performing the character they spent years constructing. But not you. Because something in you already knows that this exposure, this terrifying soul-stripping moment of total honesty, is not your ending. It is your beginning. It is the moment the false system crashes so the real one can finally install. And the real one, the real one is something this comfortable world has never seen before. The hacker always finds the gap. Always. Without exception. The unguarded place where the walls you built on the outside never matched what was actually living on the inside. You spent years perfecting the image, the reputation, the carefully constructed version of yourself you carried into every room like armor, while the inside, the actual trembling raw interior of who you truly are, sat in complete darkness, unexamined, unprocessed, full of patterns screaming to be understood, and a version of yourself you were too afraid to meet face to face. And then life, life found that gap and walked straight through it, without knocking, without warning, without mercy. And suddenly everything was visible. Every fear, every failure, every moment you chose silence when you should have chosen truth. And here is the part that will change everything if you let it actually land. That devastating, nowhere to hide moment was not sent to destroy you. It was sent to show you what is actually living in there beneath everything you were performing. And what is living in there, what has always been in there, is something that ordinary pain cannot break. Now here comes the part most people are not brave enough to reach. After the files are open, after you sit with everything you have been running from, the next move is not to close them again and pretend. The next move, the most powerful move a human being can ever make, is to erase the identity that created the vulnerability in the first place. Not your soul, not your values, not the fire burning quietly inside you through every impossible season. What you erase is the version of yourself built entirely on fear, the one that needed approval to feel real, the one that shrunk itself into corners to keep everyone else comfortable. The one that kept apologizing for simply existing in spaces it was always meant to dominate. That version does not survive what you are becoming. And it should not, because that version was never the truth of you. It was the cage, and cages do not get to come with you where you are going, and where you are going. Requires something that cannot be faked, cannot be purchased, cannot be borrowed from anyone else's journey. It requires the kind of strength forged only in the specific fire you have already walked through. The nights that felt endless, the silence where help should have been. The moment you realized nobody was coming and you had to become your own rescue, every single one of those moments was not punishment. It was construction. It was something greater than you building inside you with tools so precise, so intentional, so devastatingly effective that the comfortable version of your life could never have produced it. And the result, the result is a version of you that walks into rooms differently, that speaks with the quiet authority of someone who has already proven everything in the dark, where nobody was watching, that cannot be manipulated by flattery, cannot be paralyzed by pressure, cannot be reduced by the opinion of people who never once had the courage to face their own files. The Creator does not waste pain. Write that somewhere permanent. Nothing that broke you was random. Nothing that forced you into the silence and the brutal, honest reckoning with yourself was accidental. There is a design in the difficulty that your human mind cannot read from inside the storm, but from the other side. From the other side, it becomes unmistakable. Every wound was a lesson. Every loss was a redirection. Every failure was something greater, refusing to let you settle for a version of yourself too small for what was actually being prepared for you. And now the hacker comes back looking for the same gap, the same vulnerability, the same unguarded entry point that worked before, and finds nothing. Because you read the files, because you sat in the discomfort and refused to run, because you made the decision in silence, in discipline, in the long, unglamorous, invisible daily work of becoming real, to seal every gap with the only material that holds under pressure: truth, self-knowledge, the bone-deep, fire-tested, absolutely unshakable understanding of who you are and what you will never compromise regardless of what arrives at your door. That version, cannot be hacked, cannot be exposed, cannot be weaponized against you, because there is nothing false left inside. You became so real, so honest, so deeply rooted in the truth of who you actually are, that manipulation has no surface to grip, fear has no button to push, doubt has no crack to enter through, because you already went into the darkest room inside yourself. You read every file, you faced every shadow, and you came out the other side not perfect, not flawless, but real, genuinely, completely, unapologetically real. And in that realness, in that hard-earned, fire-built, silence-tested realness, you became the thing that cannot be touched,